Hello, I am the storyteller. I will tell you a story now. This story is about a small town. The town name was Green Valley. Green Valley was a happy place. The houses were small and clean, the streets were neat, the sun shone every day. In Green Valley lived a girl. Her name was Lily. Lily was a good girl. She liked order. She liked things to be perfect. Lily thought, perfect is good, perfect is right. Lily had a garden. Her garden was famous. It was the best garden in Green Valley. The flowers were red. The flowers were yellow. They stood up straight. They were not bent. Lily worked hard. Every morning she woke up early. She looked at her flowers. "You must be straight," Lily said to a rose. "No spots today." One day, a new flower came to Green Valley. It was a strange flower. It was not a rose or a tulip. It was called a mirror flower. A wise old man brought it. He was called Mr. Tim. Mr. Tim put the mirror flower in the center of the town square. The mirror flower was silver. It looked like a mirror. When you looked at it, you saw yourself. Lily saw the flower. She did not like it. "It is not perfect," she thought. "It is strange. It reflects everything. It shows every little dust spot." Lily walked to her own garden. She looked at her flowers. They were straight. They were bright. They were almost perfect. But Lily saw one small thing. A leaf on a yellow daisy was a little brown. "Oh no, a brown spot!" Lily cried. She took her small scissors. Snip! She cut the brown leaf off. "Now it is better." Lily looked at her hands. They were clean. She liked her clean hands. She liked her neat life. She wanted Green Valley to be like her garden, flawless and bright. She did not know that even the sun has clouds sometimes. The town people loved Lily's garden, but they looked at the mirror flower often. It made them smile. When they looked, they saw their own face. They saw their happy eyes. Lily thought, "I must make my garden better than the mirror flower. My garden must be perfect." She started to work more and more. She forgot to eat lunch. She forgot to talk to her friends. She only looked for small, tiny things that were not straight or not clean. The story continues. Lily wanted perfection, but perfection is a very hard, big thing to hold. The next week, a small problem came to Green Valley. It was not a big fire. It was not a big rain. It was a small shadow. The shadow came in the morning. It covered the north side of the town. It stayed there. It was not a cloud shadow. It was a dark, soft shadow. The people could not walk in the north side easily. The colors looked gray there. The people tried to help. Mr. Ben, the baker, used a long, tall stick. He tried to push the shadow away. The stick went through the shadow. No change. Mrs. May, who made hats, used her bright red hat. She waved it near the shadow. The red color looked sad, not bright in the shadow. The shadow stayed. Everyone was worried. They went to Lily. "Lily, your garden is perfect. Can you help us? Your flowers do not have shadows." Lily went to the north side. She saw the shadow. It was not dust. It was not dirt. Her perfect flowers could not help with this big, soft darkness. Lily felt small. Her scissors were useless here. Lily walked back to the town square. She looked at the mirror flower. It stood still. It reflected the gray light of the shadow. It showed the worried faces of the people. Lily was angry. "Why is this flower here? It only shows us our worries." She wanted to touch it, to pull its strange silver leaves, but she stopped. Mr. Tim, the wise old man, came near Lily. He smiled a little. "Lily," he said, "the mirror flower is a good friend." Lily looked at him. "A friend? It shows my spots. It shows my worries. It is not perfect like my roses." Mr. Tim sat down near the flower. "Look closely, Lily. Look at the flower when the people look at it." Lily went near the flower again. A child, Tom, looked into the mirror flower. Tom's face looked sad because of the shadow, but when Tom saw his sad face, he put his hand on his mother's hand. His mother smiled back at him. Then an old man, Mr. John, looked. He saw his face in the flower. He saw that his eyes looked tired. He sighed. But then he saw a young woman helping him walk. He nodded thanks. Lily watched. The flower did not make the worry, it only showed what was there. And when people saw themselves, they remembered to be kind to each other. They saw that they had the power to change the grayness, not the flower. Lily understood a small thing. Her perfect flowers hid the small brown leaf. The mirror flower showed everything. Lily walked home. Her garden looked different now. She saw her roses. They were straight, yes, but they were only red. They were only yellow. They did not tell a story. She looked at the yellow daisy. The leaf she cut off was gone. It was not there. The daisy was now a little short. It was not as high as the others. It was a small flaw. Lily did not reach for her scissors this time. She knelt down. She touched the short daisy. "You are okay," she whispered. "You are still yellow. You are still a flower." This was new for Lily, to say okay to a small mistake. She thought about the shadow in the north side. The shadow was a problem for everyone. It was not a spot on one leaf. It was a big gray cloud over many people. Lily remembered what Mr. Tim said. The flower only shows what is there. The shadow was there, so what was their part of the shadow? Lily thought about her own perfectionism. She was so busy making her garden perfect, she did not look at the town's big problem. Her focus on small, clean things was her own little shadow. It made her blind to the real need. She walked back to the square. She stood next to Mr. Tim in the mirror flower. "Mr. Tim," Lily said, her voice clear, "the shadow is not a thing we can cut or push. It is big, it is soft, it is like a big dark blanket." "Yes, Lily," Mr. Tim nodded. "And what makes a blanket warm?" Lily thought hard. "Warmth, light, color." "Exactly," said Mr. Tim. "And where do we find the most color and light in Green Valley?" Lily looked around. She looked at the people who were now talking to each other, sharing their worries near the flower. She looked at the baker, Mr. Ben, who was now sharing his bread with Mrs. May. They were creating warmth. In the people, Lily realized. The warmth is in the people, not the flowers. Lily had an idea. It was not a perfect idea. It was a simple, bold idea. "We cannot move the shadow," Lily announced to the small group, "but we can make the light stronger than the shadow. My flowers are strong colors. Everyone has something bright. We must bring all our bright things to the north side." The people listened. They understood. They brought their brightest things. Mr. Ben brought bright yellow sacks of flour. Mrs. May brought her most colorful ribbons. The children brought painted stones. Lily ran to her garden. She carefully dug up her reddest, most beautiful roses. She dug up the tall yellow flowers. She put them in buckets. They were not perfect now. They were messy, with dirt on their stems, but they had big, strong color. This was the moment Lily accepted her own imperfection. Her perfect flowers had to leave their perfect soil to help. The people marched to the north side. Lily led them. She held the bucket of roses high. The flowers were messy. They were not straight in the bucket, but their red was very red. Their yellow was very yellow. They went to the edge of the big gray shadow. "Now," Lily shouted, "put your color where the shadow is." The people started. They hung the ribbons on the fences. They spread the yellow flour sacks on the ground. They placed Lily's roses on the doorsteps. It was a slow start. The gray shadow was big. It tried to hold on to the town. But one red rose was put near a dark fence. The shadow tried to cover the rose, but the red was too strong. The rose color pushed the gray away a little. Then the children threw their painted stones. A blue stone landed next to a gray wall. The blue looked very bright against the gray. The people saw that their messy, their small, their simple contributions made a difference. The baker's yellow flower was not a perfect shape. The flower stems were bent, but the combination of all these imperfect things was powerful. It was a light that was stronger than the single flat grayness. Slowly, the shadow began to shrink. It did not vanish in 1 second. It faded. It pulled back like a tired ghost. The strong, messy colors of the town pushed it away, piece by piece. By the end of the day, the north side was sunny again. It was not a perfect, smooth sunlight. There were still shadows under the big trees. But the people were happy. They worked together. Lily looked at her roses. They were now a little wilted from the journey. They were not the perfect flowers from her garden anymore. They were stronger flowers now. They had a story. She walked back to the mirror flower. She looked into it. She saw her face. Her hair was messy from the work. There was a small smudge of dirt on her cheek. This time, Lily did not worry about the smudge. She saw her eyes. They were shining. They were happy. She saw a girl who was tired but strong. She smiled at her reflection. "I am not perfect," she said to the flower, "and that is a good thing. If I was perfect, I could not see the real problems. If I was perfect, I could not help others with their real messy problems." The mirror flower seemed to shimmer a little brighter. Mr. Tim walked up beside her. "You learned the lesson, Lily," he said gently. "Perfection is cold and lonely. It lets no one see you. Our flaws, our mistakes, our little brown leaves, they are the hooks that let others connect with us. They show us where we need a friend's help or where we need to give a hand." From that day, Lily still loved her garden, but she loved it differently. She let 1 or 2 daisies have a small brown spot. She let a rose bend a little in the wind. Her garden was still beautiful, but now it was real. It was a garden that understood that sometimes the bent leaf helps you see the strong stem. And Green Valley was better. They knew that when the next small shadow came, they did not need one perfect solution. They needed all their imperfect, colorful, and honest efforts together. The end.